Hello and welcome in. I'm meteorologist Hannah Fink and welcome to CT Weather. I hope you're having a great Thursday afternoon. Going to talk about all that rain we've been having because it is going to continue, but let's start off talking about the tropics. We are still in hurricane season. That goes until November 30th. Luckily for us, no new tropical development is expected over the next 7 days, and part of that is all thanks to the Saharan dust that is traveling through the Atlantic. So typically where those tropical storms develop, that is usually where the path of the Sahara that they usually develop in, that Saharan dust is in that path. So luckily for us, it is providing some nice needed protection here from us, but we still have those thunderstorms in the area. This is current radar right now. Strong thunderstorm. A stronger thunderstorm just moved through our northern counties, but we still have some isolated showers. There is one in Evergreen that is just north of the area that's producing some lightning. But one thing to keep in mind with these thunderstorms is they are moving from the south to the north. So if you have the Fox 10 weather app and you have that radar downloaded, you can see all that stuff along the coast. That is going to make its way inland as it travels throughout the day, and we have that daytime heating. So these thunderstorms are specifically being fueled by daytime heating, in which that is about towards the end. We've reached our max temperature around 3:30 between the hours of 3 and 4 is when we see that max temperature. So as we go on until sunset, those will start to slowly dissipate out. But one thing I do want to keep in mind for you is there's been a lot of rain dumped by these thunderstorms. In Mobile County, we've had nearly 7 inches of rain. In Jay, we've had nearly 6 inches of rain. In our more inland spots, some of these numbers are a bit off, but a lot of us have seen it and a lot of us has not because they've been so scattered. So that is why this estimated rainfall over the last 48 looks a little bit blotty, I would say. Along the coastline, around 6 inches of rain. And this is in the last 2 days, and this is going to continue on. So we could see some flash flood warnings or advisories go on over the next few days because of this. But if you don't have that, still be cautious out there. You can still see localized flooding in some areas and even on those roadways. I saw it today on Schillinger and Airport Road. There was a lot of areas that can cause some hydroplaning, so be cautious while driving through these thunderstorms as well, and they can affect your visibility. Going into our temperatures right now, still warm out there, mid-80s along the coastline. We have 86 in Gulf Shores, 90 in Navarre, 84 in Destin. And our more inland spots are in the mid to upper 80s, 88 in Mobile, 84 in Bay Minette, 83 in Bruton, 80 in Evergreen, 85 in Grove Hill, 84 in Chatham, and 88 in Lucedale. Now the area where it's orange, those are where the thunderstorms just left. They were going on around 3:15 this afternoon. So little cooler temperature wise for those areas, but our temperature versus heat index is proving that it's not much of a cool down out there. That pink is still very vibrant, about 8 to 10 degrees higher than our actual temperature. The heat index, like I would like to remind you, is what we feel as human beings. So the temperature outside is in the red, but the way the temperature affects us is there in the pink. So we're feeling in the upper 90s for the most part until sunset. Then we'll get into the mid 80s for the most part. That's going to continue on through the weekend as our dew points are not giving up. As you can see, we're in that muggy category, close to miserable, but either way, it's pretty miserable out there. I think we can all agree on that. Next 5 hours, any plans you have, mostly cloudy out there. Just be wary of any scattered showers and thunderstorms to develop. Like I said, they could pop up until sunset because that is what is fueling them along that sea breeze line. But for the most part, mostly cloudy out there. Just can't rule out a possible shower, a thunderstorm throughout the day today. We have about a 30% chance around dinner time. And then tonight we could see some develop along the coast, specifically in the morning hours. But like I said, this is what we've been seeing all week. Nothing is a surprise. This is our future cast. You can see those scattered showers and thunderstorms linger on around dinner time. Then they start to fizzle out as the sun is going down, as you can see here. Some may linger on in the overnight hours, but not really a high possibility. Some will probably just dump some rain. None of that severe or lightning or thunder or heavy downpours might be associated with. Just might be typical rainy showers if they are in the overnight hours. And then you can see some develop along the coastline tomorrow morning. Even possibility of fog. We did see that today, so do keep that in mind. For your weekend outlook this weekend, Father's Day is on Sunday. It's going to be warm out there. You're probably going to have some outdoor plans, but still be wary of any showers and thunderstorms, more likely on Saturday compared to Sunday, but you still never know. The development has been different day to day, so we will keep you up to date here at Fox 10, but just make sure you have that umbrella handy and have a backup plan in case you do need to go inside. Remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. Forecast lows tomorrow morning. It's going to be a warm morning once again. Not a shock to most of us. 77 along the coastline and the lower 70s in our more inland spots. So if you have a morning run planned, just be careful out there. It's going to feel a little warm out there, a little toasty, and our highs throughout tomorrow is going to be the same, close to 90 degrees, but feeling like 90 degrees with that heat index. Here's that heat index value for tomorrow. We're going to be in the lower 90s for the most part for our heat index value, but that's because our temperatures are going to be slightly cooler. By slightly, I mean 2 to 3 degrees. So still adding that 8 to 10 degree heat index, but overall it's going to feel hot out there. Here's your grilling forecast. Ignore the black background. As we get into Father's Day, it's going to be wanting to grill out there. You're going to want to grill out there, especially for all those dads that have done so much for us. Throughout the day tomorrow, it's going to be a 30% chance of rain like we've been seeing today. Showers and thunderstorms along the sea breeze, so keep that in mind. Temperatures will be in the mid 80s, and you're probably going to cool off at the beaches. But keep this in mind, Friday we have a low risk of rip currents, but on Saturday and Sunday we transition to that medium risk of rip currents. So just be cautious getting into the water. No matter what you do, always be cautious, no matter what flag is waving, whether it's a green or a yellow. Temperatures are looking like you're going to want to cool off in the water, but like I said, make sure you have a backup plan or a restaurant you can go take shelter in when thunder roars. We've been seeing these thunderstorms develop along the coastline, so you will be the first to see it if you're going to the beaches. So keep that in mind and just have that umbrella handy on you. And overall, just have a way to get those alerts. Here's your UV index. Not a surprise. Very high. Again, that black background throughout. We had to change some of our graphics, so some of them did not load and some of them we did have to change. Forecast eyes over the next 5 days. Wanted to give you a little bit of a head start on what to expect into next week, especially into this week, and we'll be right around average for those temperatures. And that heat index value over the next 5 days is going to be near 100 degrees. So once again, another warm weekend along the Gulf Coast, especially for your Father's Day weekend. That muggy meter grazing that miserable category, but no matter what, it's going to feel miserable out there. We've been seeing dew points in the mid to upper 70s throughout the last couple of weeks. And here's again a reminder of your weekend outlook. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then here's those rain chances next 5 days. It's going to continue to rain on us out there. So gonna want to have that umbrella handy. Gonna continue to see what we've been seeing all week long. So not much of a surprise there. Here's that 7-day forecast. Please excuse some of my graphics. They did not update or they transitioned as we got later on into the day. 7-day forecast, we are going to continue to see those rain showers and thunderstorms throughout the week. 90-degree temperature or grazing that temperature for our highs, and our lows will be in the mid 70s overall. So not much of a shock there. We're going to stay warm, we're going to stay rainy, and have those thunderstorms pop up throughout the weekend into next week. That is not giving up on us. But thank you so much for joining me for CT Weather. I'll see you tomorrow.